Welcome, friends. In this video, we will examine the Chinese Air Force and its history. Let's watch it all together. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, and comment. Enjoy watching. At the beginning of the 20th century, China was a country with almost no influence in air power. Today, it is a strategic actor with the world's second largest air force. China's air power has undergone a remarkable transformation, from piston-engine attack aircraft to supersonic fighters, from fifth-generation stealth fighters to strategic bomber platforms and advanced unmanned systems. This journey, which began with the MiG-15 during the Korean War, continued with the Soviet-licensed J-5 and J-6. Then came modern platforms such as the J-10, J-11, J-16, and the fifth-generation J-20. Today, with the H-20 strategic bomber, the J-35 carrier-based stealth fighter, and high-altitude UAV systems, China is reshaping not only the airspace but also the regional balance of power. This transformation is not just a technological leap, it is also a strategic message. MiG-15, Chinese service 1950s. The MiG-15 was the People's Republic of China's first true fighter aircraft in the modern jet age. Developed by the Soviet Union, this aircraft, which had a prototype in 1947 and entered service in 1949, was first widely used by Chinese pilots during the Korean War. Its single-engine, swept-wingy design and ejection seat made it more advanced than many fighter aircraft of the time. Its main contribution to the PLAAF was the learning of air-to-air combat tactics, the implementation of radar-assisted command and control, and the establishment of jet pilot training doctrine. Chinese pilots experienced intense engagements against the American F-86 Sabre with the MiG-15, marking the first major test for Chinese aviation. The MiG-15 also served as a bridge to future licensing and derivative production of indigenous platforms such as the J-5 and J-6. Thanks to this aircraft, China laid both the technical and operational foundations for the jet age. Ilgaxra, Chinese service 1950s. The Ilgaxra is one of the most critical examples of the piston-engine ground attack aircraft concept in Chinese service. An improved version of the Soviet IL-2, it was designed specifically to provide close support to ground troops at low altitudes. Its robust armor protection, underwing bomb and rocket loads, machine gun armament, and internally armored fuselage made it resistant to small air defenses. Delivered to China in the early 1950s, Il-10s were used in ground attack, convoy support, bridge and line targeting missions. It served during a period when piston-engined aircraft remained effective against ground targets for a considerable time, even as jet fighters began to enter service. The IL-10 also contributed to China's learning of ground-air coordination and the development of advanced air control (FAC) and close air support (CAS) doctrines. Even as the jet age began, this aircraft played a role in training, doctrine, and tactical transition for China. Tu-2, Chinese service 1950s. The Tupolev Tu-2 is one of the most important medium bomber platforms acquired by China after World War II. China received these aircraft as part of Soviet military support after 1950 and used them for strategic bombing missions as well as reconnaissance and naval attack missions. Its twin-engine design, large bomb bay, and bomb load exceeding 1,000 kilograms made it an effective platform for its time. The Tu-2's primary significance in Chinese service lay in the acquisition of technical flight skills and heavy aircraft maintenance. Capabilities such as training bomber and navigation personnel, long-range flight planning, radar-assisted targeting, and squadron coordination were developed through the Tu-2. This accumulated knowledge was later transferred to strategic Chinese projects such as the H-6 bomber. The Tu-2 also served as the first aircraft to consider strategic-scale air operations for the PLAAF, acting as a bridge in the transition to modern bomber systems. J-5, MiG-17. The J-5 represents China's first major domestic step in jet fighter production. Licensed from the Soviet MiG-17, this aircraft entered production in the late 1950s and was used in high-altitude interceptor missions. Compared to the MiG-15, it boasts improved aerodynamic performance, longer range, and a more stable swept wing structure. Its strategic importance for China stems not only from its role in service, but also from its production process. The country gained experience on an industrial scale for the first time in areas such as jet engines, metallurgy, wing manufacturing, hydraulic system design, and avionics integration. The J-5 also trained a large pool of pilots in standardized patrol, interception, air defense, and base protection concepts in PLAAF doctrine. As one of the last representatives of the radar and missile-free era, the J-5 also served as a training platform that laid the foundations of modern air combat culture in China. J-6, MiG-19. The J-6, China's first supersonic fighter interceptor, represents a significant technical leap in aviation history. Based on the Soviet MiG-19, this aircraft was designed for the short-range, high-performance combat of its time with a twin-engine configuration, supersonic aerodynamics, and a gun-heavy armament structure. The J-6's primary contribution to China was the learning of supersonic flight physics from a piloting and engineering perspective. Supersonic complexities such as vibration, thermal load, control surface efficiency loss, and narrow flight envelope were experienced here. Its large-scale production enabled the PLAAF to acquire a large trained pilot base. At the same time, air defense command and control infrastructure, radar guidance, and ground-guided interception doctrines were implemented using this aircraft. The J-6 accelerated China's transition to a disciplined fleet structure in the post-Civil War Air Force, creating an industrial and piloting bridge for the future transition to more modern platforms such as the J-7, J-8, and J-10. H-6, Tu-16. The H-6 is a cornerstone of China's bomber and strategic air power capabilities. Licensed from the Soviet Tu-16, the aircraft entered production in the 1960s and remained in service for decades, undergoing continuous modernization. Initially operating with conventional freefall bombs, the platform eventually became capable of carrying cruise missiles and played a critical role in China's transition from coastal defense to strategic deterrence by providing range projection against naval targets. Capabilities such as long-range navigation, large-body maintenance and logistics, multi-crew mission coordination, and electronic warfare were learned from the H-6. Its modern variants, the H-6K and H-6N, support air-launched cruise missiles and hypersonic systems, forming the air leg of the nuclear and conventional triad. The H-6's true significance lies in its integration of the airstrike range deterrence concept into China's strategic thinking. J-7 MiG-21. The J-7 represents China's entry into the concept of high-speed, high-altitude, and radar-guided interception. Based on the MiG-21, this aircraft, with its narrow fuselage, delta wing, and single-engine configuration, provided exceptionally fast climb rates and speeds exceeding Mach 2 for its time. For China, the J-7's greatest value lies in both localizing the production chain and establishing export capabilities. Sold to numerous countries, primarily Pakistan, the J-7 became one of the platforms that initiated China's defense industry exports. In terms of operational doctrine, the J-7 was used in radar-guided interception, rapid reaction air defense, base protection, and high-altitude interception missions. The J-7 also accelerated the PLAAF's transition to missile-based air combat, providing the first experience with modern in-line-of-sight missile combat using heat-seeking missiles. On the engineering side, it created significant expertise in aerodynamics and engine manufacturing, paving the way for the J-10. Su-27. The Su-27 is the starting point of China's modernization process, which began in the 1990s. This Soviet/Russian origin platform enabled the PLAAF to experience long-range air superiority, wide sensor coverage, a high thrust-to-weight ratio, and the modern BVR, beyond visual range, missile concept for the first time. Delivered to China in 1992, the Su-27Es, along with missiles like the R-27 and R-73, reshaped the air superiority doctrine. Thanks to this aircraft, the PLAAF gained effectiveness in radar-guided interception missions, improved aircraft ground command and control links, and developed a modern training curriculum. The Su-27 also led to the opening of the license production chain in China, giving rise to the J-11 project. Technically, its high maneuverability, energy conservation performance, and powerful radar structure have moved China's air combat concept from third generation to fourth generation. Su-30. The Su-30, a multi-role, two-seat, and advanced avionics integrated version of the Su-27 platform, was acquired by China in the early 2000s. This platform marked the first time the PLAAF, Planet Air Force, truly employed a multi-role combat aircraft. It provided capabilities for air-to-air missions, precision air-to-ground attacks, naval target engagements, and long-range navigation. The two-pilot configuration ensured effective situational awareness through a separation of duties, pilot plus weapon systems operator. The Su-30 also led to the PLAAF's first training with radar-guided air-to-ground munitions, anti-ship missiles, and pod-based targeting sensors. The doctrinal impact of the Su-30 later formed the basis for the development of domestic derivatives such as the J-16. Strategically, China gained a range and multi-role advantage in maritime-focused areas such as the South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait with this platform. JH-7. The JH-7 is a Chinese domestically developed tactical bomber and anti-ship attack platform. Developed in the 1990s, this aircraft established a critical capability for the Navy: long-range attacks on naval targets. For the first time, China implemented the concept of air-to-air anti-ship missile launches on a domestic platform. The JH-7's twin-engine structure and two-person cockpit optimize sensor weapon coordination, enabling the development of low-altitude penetration, naval radar guidance, and medium-range attack packages. Capabilities such as electronic warfare, targeting pods, and missile radar integration matured through this aircraft. The JH-7 filled a critical gap in China's naval air force after the 1990s, paving the way for the future use of the H-6K and its naval variants. It also contributed to the development of China's munitions ecosystem. J-8. The J-8 is a significant technical milestone in PLAAF history as China's first fully domestically developed true supersonic interceptor aircraft. While its aerodynamic lines were inspired by the MiG-21, its fuselage structure, engine placement, and radar integration were expanded with Chinese engineering. The J-8 focused on high altitude, high speed, and long-range interception. Its strategic goal was to intercept bombers and reconnaissance platforms at long distances. This platform systematized the use of radar-guided air-to-air missiles. The J-8 also enhanced China's unique engineering expertise in the sensor plus radar plus missile triad. During the J-8 era, the PLAAF implemented integrated air defense networks and aircraft-ground radar coordination for the first time. Modernized until the 2000s, this aircraft served as an engineering and doctrinal bridge in China's domestic fighter aircraft production. J-10. The J-10 is the aircraft that launched China's fully independent design era in the field of modern fighter jets. Its delta wing plus four-arc configuration, lightweight multi-role structure, and high thrust-to-weight ratio allowed it to combine air superiority with tactical attack missions on the same platform. With this aircraft, China for the first time began producing critical technologies such as digital flight control systems, radar-guided BVR air combat, modern cockpit ergonomics, data link, and precision munitions integration through its own engineering chain. The J-10 based the PLAAF's post-2010 air operations concept on the triple combination of aggressive air superiority plus precision attack plus network-centric command. Its strategic impact was further enhanced by its involvement in munitions integration projects with Pakistan, as the first modern Chinese fighter jet with export potential. The J-10 formed the backbone of the domestic design path leading to the J-20. J-11. The J-11 represents the licensed production and subsequent domestic conversion of the Su-27 platform in China. Initially starting with directly Soviet/Russian-made avionics and engines, production gradually evolved to include the localization of radar, composite parts, munition integration, and flight control components, resulting in significant industrial gains for China. Through the J-11, the PLAAF developed established tactics for long-range BVR engagement, high-altitude patrol, radar-guided interception, and air superiority missions. This platform enabled China to develop both production line experience and an aircraft munition ecosystem. Late-stage modernizations, such as the J-11B, approached the goal of full localization, creating a technical bridge to subsequent platforms like the J-15 and J-16. From a doctrinal perspective, the J-11 served as China's main air dominance platform, playing a backbone role until the 2000s and 10s. J-15. The J-15 is a fighter jet that forms the core of China's carrier air wing. Derived from the Su-33 design, the platform meets the critical requirements of naval aviation with its heavy fuselage, powerful landing gear, foldable wings, and carrier-focused reinforced airframe. Its strategic importance for China lies in learning carrier operations, launch landing training, deck control procedures, logistical support, fleet coordination, and the development of naval air superiority doctrines. The J-15 is also equipped with anti-ship missiles, precision munitions, and air-to-air munitions, performing multi-role missions under the Plan AF, Naval Aviation umbrella instead of the PLAAF. Through this aircraft, China added the air dimension to its blue water naval concept and paved the way for future stealth carrier aircraft like the J-35. The J-15 is most significant for its role as a doctrine teacher. J-16. The J-16 is the platform where China's multi-role human radar infrastructure, electronic warfare capabilities, and BVR network-centric combat capabilities have matured. Based on the twin-engine design derived from the Su-30/J-11, it incorporates AESA radar, a modern cockpit, data link, electronic attack packages, and precision air-to-ground munitions. The J-16 is China's first domestically developed top-tier 4.5 generation concept that combines air superiority plus electronic opening plus precision, attack plus countership plus BVR air combat missions on a single platform. This aircraft, along with the J-20, operates within a network-centric command and control chain, strengthening sensor sharing, target distribution, and role separation capabilities. Its strategic impact is particularly evident in Taiwan Strait and South China Sea scenarios. The J-16 is considered China's last major 4.5 generation multi-role force multiplier before the 5th generation. I-20, the Y-20, is a platform that symbolizes China's transition from dependence to independence in heavy transport aviation. Previously reliant on foreign heavy transport aircraft, such as the Soviet/Russian IL-76, China has for the first time developed a domestically produced aircraft in this class with a wide body, high payload capacity, and strategic range. Thanks to the Y-20, the PLAAF has been able to optimize troop transfer, equipment delivery, air refueling, medical evacuation, humanitarian aid, disaster response, and long-range logistics operations under one roof. The platform has also strengthened China's global diplomacy capabilities. Its foreign logistics missions during the COVID period are striking examples of this. Along with the nuclear triad and overseas base concept, the Y-20 increases the PLA's global reach, and with future tanker Y-20U and AEW and C derivatives, it is positioned at the center of strategic aviation. The Y-20 is an infrastructure aircraft that transforms not only China's military but also its geopolitical logistics capabilities. KJ-200, AEW and C. The KJ-200 is China's first modern AEW and C platform, maturing its early warning and command and control network on a regional scale. Thanks to its balance beam type longitudinal radar structure, it provides the capability to detect, identify, and track air targets at medium range using a sectoral scanning solution instead of 360-degree electronic scanning. With this platform, the PLAAF has succeeded in establishing a multi-layered air defense network by combining ground-based radars with air-based sensors. For the first time, the AWACS guided interception model was applied in air-to-air engagements via the KJ-200, enabling command units to transmit information such as target assignment, altitude, route, and threat vector to pilots in real time. The platform also served as a significant transitional stage in China's network-centric warfare capabilities. The KJ-200 formed the engineering and doctrinal bridge for later developed, more advanced AEW and C systems such as the KJ-500 and KJ-2000. KJ-500, AEW and C, the KJ-500, is a modern platform with a 360-degree disc radar structure, representing the maturing stage of China's AEW and C capabilities. Its AES, A-based radar algorithms complement the shortcomings of the KJ-200 in areas such as high-range detection, low-altitude target tracking, electronic intelligence, ELINT gathering, and air-to-air engagement guidance. Thanks to its data link and network-centric command and control capabilities, it supports sensor fusion in both PLAAF and PLAN aviation, providing critical sensor infrastructure for coordinated missions with low-visibility platforms like the J-20. The KJ-500 is of strategic importance for China to create a real-time air picture in scenarios in the Taiwan Strait, East China Sea, and South China Sea. With this platform, early warning, electronic surveillance, and mission management are integrated into a single aircraft, elevating China's air defense network from a regional to an operational strategic level. J-20. The J-20 is China's first low-visibility combat aircraft, based on its fifth generation air superiority and long-range intermittent air control concept. The aircraft has enabled the PLAAF to make a leap forward not only in air-to-air combat but also in regional airspace closure, A2/AD, sensor fusion, data link sharing, and network-centric warfare. With the integration of AESA radar, passive sensors, IRST, electronic warfare systems, and BVR missiles, it has allowed the PLAAF to engage in strategic mission sets similar to those of the U.S. Air Force for the first time. The J-20 plays a pivotal role not only in low visibility but also in long-range engagement and command and control. The main impact of the J-20 is that it has transformed Chinese air power from regional defense to a capacity for generating strategic pressure. H-6K. The H-6K is a modernized version of the H-6 platform, derived from the older Tu-16, transformed into a strategic attack aircraft carrying cruise missiles. With new composite fuselage components, a digital cockpit, new engines, satellite navigation, electro-optical sensors, and long-range anti-ship/cruise missile integration, It has opened a new frontier in China's strategic deterrence. The H-6K has the capability to attack sea and land targets at ranges of thousands of kilometers without leaving its airbase. With this platform, China has for the first time adopted an approach of producing impact through missile range, not aircraft range. The H-6K is a critical element in deepening the A2/AD, air-to-air circle, particularly in Pacific scenarios. WZ-7, Soaring Dragon. The WZ-7 is a UAV platform targeting a combination of high altitude, long range, and high endurance in China's strategic reconnaissance segment. Its tandem-wing design optimizes aerodynamic efficiency and engine consumption performance. Using satellite-based links, the WZ-7 can perform long-range ISR, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, missions and undertakes roles such as maritime surveillance, air picture compilation, target classification, and sensor feeding to the command and control network. Its strategic impact lies particularly in generating real-time reconnaissance and target information in the South China Sea, East China Sea, and around Taiwan. WZ-8, the WZ-8, represents China's pre-hypersonic high-speed reconnaissance concept. It is designed to perform missions at high altitude and high speed after being released from a carrier aircraft, and then to be able to land on a runway. Unlike classic MALE or HALE UAVs, it provides defensive transit via speed plus altitude. It is intended for tasks such as electronic reconnaissance, strategic photo reconnaissance, missile targeting, and providing data flow for naval land coordination. The real value of the WZ-8 lies in filling a new gap in the sensor layer of China's A2/AD centric situational awareness chain. CH-4. The CH-4 is China's platform for globalizing its export and low-cost combat UAV concept in the male leading class. Along with the Winglong class, it has made China a UAV supplier in the Middle East and Africa. The CH-4 performs both reconnaissance and attack missions and features an electro-optical turret, laser designation system, and air-to-ground munitions integration. Its endurance and operating cost have provided critical advantages for user countries. For China, the CH-4 represents not just a platform, but also the export of a weapons plus sensors, plus logistics, plus training ecosystem. CH-5. The CH-5 is an advanced UAV platform focused on increasing range, endurance, and munition capacity in China's MALE/HALE segment. It is a larger and more capable continuation of the export-oriented UAV strategy that began with the CH-4. With flight times exceeding 30 hours, heavier electro-optical payloads, radar modules, and larger missile pods, its mission versatility has been increased. The most significant doctrinal contribution of the CH-5 is the maturation of China's air-to-ground munitions ecosystem based on UAVs. Elements such as sensor fusion, laser designation, ground control stations, and on-site target data sharing have been implemented on a more advanced scale with the CH-5. For China, this platform has strengthened the triad of cost-effective attack, plus export, plus geopolitical impact. The CH-5 has also served as a munitions testing platform and an integration site for various PGMs, precision-guided munitions. Winglong-I, the Winglong-I, is China's first major commercial military platform, enabling a strong entry into the international UAV market. Capable of using Hellfire-class air-to-ground munitions, carrying an electro-optical tower and providing MALE-class endurance, this UAV's low cost has made China an alternative supplier in the Middle East, Africa, and Asia. The Winglong-I offered a significant operational cost/impact advantage, particularly for countries engaged in combat with non-state actors. For China, this platform was not just an aircraft, but also the beginning of an ecosystem that made training, maintenance, data link, munitions, and operational doctrine exportable. The Winglong-I demonstrated that UAV use could also be employed as a tool of foreign policy. H-20. The H-20 is a low-visibility flying wing platform, representing a new era in China's strategic bombing capabilities, still in its formative stages. Unlike the H-6K's role as a missile carrier, this aircraft is designed for direct strategic penetration plus nuclear/conventional deterrence plus long-range target pressure. Falling within the same doctrinal framework as the US B-2/B-21 class, the H-20 provides long-range strike capability, reversing the A2/AD chain. For China, this platform represents, for the first time, effective range projection into the depths of the Pacific, to Guam level, and, if necessary, into the Indian Ocean region. The main strategic outcome of the H-20 is that it elevates the air leg of China's nuclear triad to a modern stealth level. J-35. The J-35, also known as FC-31/J-31 in some sources, is China's carrier-based fifth-generation low-visibility fighter concept. While the J-20 represented land-to-air superiority, the J-35 is being developed to perform naval air superiority plus multi-role missions. Thanks to its foldable wings, reinforced landing gear, and ship-compatible radar/safety equipment, it plays a role in upgrading the carrier air wing of the plan from 4th to 5th generation aircraft, sensor fusion, AESA radar, IRST, low RCS fuselage structure, and network-centric mission capability allow for flexible role sharing in air defense, attack, and electronic reconnaissance missions. The emergence of the J-35 signifies China's naval aviation entering a similar strategic arena to the US F-35C.